When you have a short to-do list, it can feel like the stakes are high. If there's only 3 things to do, then shouldn't you be able to get them done? But we don't always. And that's okay. So today we're going to talk about what to do when you don't do the things on your checklist. It's a problem we all face, and it's time to figure out how to move forward and what really needs to be fixed when it happens. I like to talk about iterating. To iterate means to try again, basically. It means to learn from how things went and then make tweaks and adjustments along the way based on what you've learned about your own particular needs and situations and personality so that you can find a way that different planning systems or habits or routines can work for you. Iterating means learning and coming to the situation with curiosity and interest and knowing that you're not going to get it right the first time. But then what do we do with that information? Once we know that we have not done it perfectly, that we have messed something up, that we have not done what we thought we ought to do, what next? How do we take that next step? And what do we do with that checklist for the day that is not done? Let's talk about that. So, if you'd help a girl out, it would mean so much to me if you hit the like button. I go through and look at the videos that get the most likes to figure out what to do more of or less of. So if you like videos like this, like it. Let me know that you like it. Plus, that lets YouTube know that you like it. And they'll know that maybe people like you will like it as well, and they'll show it to them. So it really helps me out, helps others out. And if you really want to help your friends out and share these to-do list secrets and pro tips, then click the share button and share it on Facebook, Instagram, email, however it is that you share things out there on the internet. Spread the word that we can do things simply and cheerfully at home, and we need to stop overcomplicating it. That's what we're going to talk about in today's video, what to do when we don't get that checklist done. So often when we get those top 3 items chosen and we write them down on our daily card, something else comes up and we don't do those things. Not because we were lazy or self-indulgent or apathetic, but just because other stuff came up, other priorities took precedence. That does not mean that the daily card doesn't work. It doesn't mean that it's not the right option for you. It just means that we're learning what life is like and we are living the life that we are given, not the life that we are making or trying to claim for ourselves. And that's a better option, to live within the providence of God and recognize that He sends His plan, which is often different from ours. And so even though we are making a plan to attempt to identify our top priorities, sometimes we're wrong. Sometimes we don't have enough information, we just don't know. And sometimes our plan has to go out the window so that there's room for meeting the needs that God puts in front of us day by day. What we find as we still continue to make a daily card is that the habit then of looking at that daily card at the end of the day or maybe before writing your next card grows us in evaluating where we're at and evaluating our own expectations and standards and our ability to predict where our attention needs to be. It is so tempting to put our own wishful thinking projects and goals and tasks on our to-do list on our daily card, but often those are not the things that we actually need to get done. They're what we would like to get done, but it's not where our top priority really is. A lot of times, some of those top priorities in our life, we just assume. We never write them down. We never count them. And then we just add extras onto our to-do list and wonder why we never get to our to-do list. It's because it's full of extras when our day is full of necessities. And so a big way that the daily card can help us is when we use it to actually identify and remind ourselves, tell ourselves of where our plans need to be, where our attention needs to be. And that's sometimes the things that we would not normally count, but it really is our primary responsibility for that day. Sometimes it's just errands, just doctor's appointments, just chauffeuring children around cheerfully and maybe using that time in the car to have conversations with them. Sometimes it's just feeding and clothing people, and a read aloud or audiobook would be a good bonus. We can use our daily card not to create the life that we think we ought to have or write down what we think we ought to get done, but really out of everything, out of all the options, what's the best way we can spend our time today? And identify those and write them down. And at the end of the day, if what we wrote down does not get done, we can ask ourselves, really, truly, is it because I picked the wrong things? What were the right things? And maybe write those down instead. Like cross out what you wrote and write down the priorities that actually happened that day. And over time, we can learn about ourselves, about our life, and about how to make an appropriate plan for the current season in life that we're at and the current responsibilities that we have. If putting only 3 things on your daily to-do list sounds completely impossible and unmanageable for your life, then you need to check out our workshop that we did just a few weeks ago. You can find the replay right here for the daily card workshop, where we get into the full nitty-gritty detail of how to make a daily card work for you. Plus, you will find out how to join the 5-day daily card challenge for free, where you will get practice and daily email support along the way to make this work for you. Check out that workshop, and remember to repent, rejoice, repeat.